Hey guys, it's Swing Adam with WPGHipHop. We're at the University of Manitoba today, and we're talking to founder and designer of Friday Night Streetwear, Eric Olek. Was it hard to get started? I know like the design aspect of it, putting the pen to the pad, drawing stuff. Have you always been an artist? Has it always been something that you've been creative with?
Yeah, man, I've been drawing since I was a kid. I stopped for a bit in high school, started slacking and whatnot, but when I started designing clothes again, I came back with a vengeance, and that's all I do. Coming
up with the name, it's definitely a different part of it. You got to put an image, you got to put a name on everything that you're doing. Where did Friday Nights come from?
Two weeks in the making. I had a pen and pad with me pretty much everywhere I went. I'd sleep with the thing. I'd wake up in the middle of the night and write ideas down. One day at work, it just kind of popped into my head, like Friday Nights. I'd always really liked like Friday, and everybody
loves Friday, man. Friday is the way to go.
That was like my name in video games. That'd be my screen name,
oh, man.
And,
that was you popping headshots. You said you wrote down a bunch of names. Do you remember some of the bad names that you came up with? There's got to be a couple of them experimental names.
There were some terrible ones. Like one of them was Up and Comers with a Z.
Okay. I mean, that's not so bad.
It's pretty bad, man.
You got to be different.
I had like a logo drawn up, and it was a tree, and all the branches were like upward pointing arrows, and
wow.
It was really bad.
Do you like the creative aspect more? Do you like the business aspect more? It can easily become a job. It can easily become something that's business oriented. So what side of it do you prefer?
You know what, man? I like the creativity aspect of it. I've always been a creative dude. That said, I think the goal, anyone's life goal should be to do what they love for a job. Pretty much doing that, I just have to kind of make it to a point where I can solely do that, I think the business aspect of it kind of came to me slower than the creative aspect, and I took 2 years of business school. I've learned a lot over the 3 years that I've been doing Friday Nights to go towards the business aspect of it.
The business stuff has taken you pretty far. I mean, you've done a couple cool things with your brand. For example, you've had your shirts on the backs of a lot of performers, a lot of bigger names. So
yeah.
Just as an example, people like KO. You've had Mike Boyd,
yeah.
Both in the same show. Mike Boyd, Classified's brother.
Yeah.
You've had Madchild. You've even had Prevail from Swole Members. What were you saying? You said that he took his shirt off in the middle of the club and switched over to some Friday Nights gear.
Yeah, it actually happened twice. Once at when Marquis was on Pemina over there, and Swollen was here, and then they came again just this past year, and both times Prev took his shirt off right in the bar, threw on a Friday Nights tee, and rocked it on stage. It's pretty cool.
So how does that feel, man? I mean, that's got to be pretty crazy. I mean, you're seeing your brand up on stage. I've been standing next to you in the crowd, and I see this look on your face, like you couldn't be more proud. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
These are some of my favorite hip hop artists, and I've met quite a few artists in the Canadian scene. And it's amazing to, they're so humble. Like, a lot of them are, like, super, super humble. A couple of them have been cool enough to let me come kick it with them or hang out at Soundcheck before some shows, be able to drop them off gear.
So, I mean, Classified, right? You sent packages out to these guys? Like, you sent a package out to Class, and I saw he responded to you on Twitter at one point. You were talking to him on Twitter.
Yeah, man. I've sent some stuff to Class. Organic and Gully from King of the Dot. I've seen Organic rocking my stuff in his profile picture on Facebook, actually. It's pretty cool.
In the city, you also support a number of local artists as
well.
You support the local scene. I see you at all the local shows. You came out to our recent event, Heads Up, which is awesome. We got to have a couple drinks. But there are a couple artists in the city that you support more so, that you're on the same level as, on the same page as. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, man. We all come up together, right? So it's a different hustle. It's a different ball game. But we all got the same goal of making something of what we're doing. So I'm really a big supporter of the local scene. I got guys like White Rhino. We sponsor him. He's always dropping Friday Nights in his tracks, rocking it on stage. Big shout outs to White Rhino. Young kid. We got some love from the Lytics early on in the game. Giants Alliance, the whole nine.
I've seen, yeah, I mean, the homie Dip has worn your stuff on
Yes,
stage.
sir.
I've worn your stuff on stage.
Yes, sir.
It's been great. I like the logo. I like the brand. It all looks really fresh.
Thanks, man.
Okay, so Eric, you've already been in this for 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
10 years, I couldn't really say, man. But, you know, as we progress, things are just going to get better and better. I'd like to be Canada-wide one day. You know, I'd like to maybe branch outside Canada. Things have already gotten so incredible over the last 3 years. Professional ads, professional photography, rather than crappy BlackBerry photo shoots for Facebook. So it's only going to go up from here.
Right, and you're selling your stuff. Just do a little bit of a shameless plug here. You're selling your stuff online, right? You got FridayNights.ca.
www.FridayNights.ca. You can hit me up on Twitter at FridayNightsCA or on Facebook, Friday Nights Clothing and Accessories.
Perfect. Well, Eric, thanks for coming out, man. It's been a
thanks
pleasure
for having
talking
me,
to
man.
you.
Shout out to Winnipeg Hip Hop.
Right on.
Winnipeg.